The matches are coming at you thick and fast in the Cricket World Cup, well, rain permitting. But if you keep that in mind, our match number 21 focuses on Afghanistan taking on South Africa, two teams who are yet to register a win in the tournament so far. Match 21 coming to you all the way from Cardiff, Sophia Gardens, hosting Afghanistan taking on South Africa. And to talk about that, we've got Mike Hussey in studio and also joined by Albie Morkel from South Africa. Gentlemen, good to have you with us on the show as always. Albie, we'll start with you and all things South Africa. And I was reading an article prior to the show, and they said South Africa is bracing up for 5 knockouts now. That's the way it needs to move on now?
Certainly, I think every game from now on is like a quarter-final or a knockout game. They only have themselves to blame, like we've discussed in the previous programs. They haven't been at the top of their game, and for them to progress further in this tournament or to qualify, they're going to have to be at their best. I think they've had a nice little break now just to reflect on what happened. Hopefully the guys got away from the game. Sometimes, that's important, all this noise, outside noise, to get rid of it, you actually have to go or get away from the game. So I had a few days to do that, maybe a few nice training sessions, and hopefully tomorrow, that's going to be a big day for them tomorrow to get something going. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, even if they win and not win convincingly, I think it's going to be tough further on the tournament.
Albie, news reports are suggesting that Lungi and Gidi would be fit for this encounter. If so, does he walk back into your 11?
I think he's a very important member of that bowling lineup. He's done well last year. But my gut feel says if he's not 100% fit, they won't risk him against Afghanistan. I think Beer and Hendricks will stay on the side. And they'll keep Lungi to recover for a few more days. Maybe, the last 4 games or so. Get him going again. He's a guy who's got a bit of a injury prone background. So I don't think they're going to force him back into the play immediately.
Let's talk David Miller now, because a lot has been expected of David Miller since a long time. He's been around international cricket for a while now, and if you take a look at his position-wise batting record in ODI cricket since 2018, Albie, you'd see that at the number 5 position, he's averaging 52. Number 4, he's averaging 54. You reckon, is there a case for him to come higher up the order?
They tried it in Australia, and in the last years they played away from home, and he did really well. I think he scored 100 and 2 50s. So there's a case for that. He's been a little bit inconsistent in the last year or so, but he's a big match player. He's one of those guys that we talk about who's got the X factor, and he's certainly one of those guys. My concern with him batting as 4 is just we don't have the finisher then, where he's also very effective. But maybe we're not even getting there. We're getting bowled out for 220, 230, so maybe he's the guy to go and bat on 4 and go in and score hundreds.
Albie, if David Miller moves to 4, then how do you shuffle that batting order around then?
Depends who's going to play. I wouldn't move, let's go back, I won't move Miller to 4. If he moves up, he's going to bat 5. Faf, okay, let me think about it for a bit. Okay, so Markham, I'll open with Markham, Amla out, Faf 3, Van der Dussen 4, Miller 5. That will be my top 5.
And a word on South Africa's bowling, especially someone like an Imran Tahir, big match player, 2011 World Cup, 2015 World Cup. For some reason, he's been extremely expensive in this World Cup, averaging 44, conceding close to an average of 44, economy of close to 6. Albie, what do you suppose? Are people reading him a lot better now?
I don't think so. I think it's the bowling attack as a whole. He's one key guy in that attack, but he also needs pressure from the other sides. I think what's happened is South Africa struggled to take wickets with a new ball. So when he comes into bowl, the guys are in and set already. I think he's very effective if the team is a couple of wickets down or the run rate is low and they have to attack him. When he plays the defensive role as such, he's not been that effective, and that even tells in his Test career he had. He could never play that defensive role. So he needs his bowlers around him to really step up and have the platform for him to come in and do his magic.
Let's continue the chatter on leg spin, because you could build up this battle as the battle between the two big leg spinners, Imran Tahir on one side, Rashid Khan on the other. And if you take a look at Rashid Khan's record versus South Africa, in particular South Africa's record versus leg spin, Rashid Khan, who hasn't been amongst too much of the wickets, would be really hoping to get those 10 overs in and get something going for them.
Oh, without doubt, Rashid Khan against most teams around the world has been exceptional, particularly in T20 cricket, but also in 50-over cricket. He's such a key man for them. First of all, we need to make sure he's back fit and healthy, because if you remember in their last match, he got a nasty blow to the head and he wasn't able to come out and bowl due to concussion. So let's hope he's fully fit, 100%, he can come into this match and really have an impact, because, yeah, he's a big name for Afghanistan and he's a big match player as well, and he'll want to, I guess, send a message to the rest of the competition that he's back and at his best.
If you're South Africa, you give him respect, try playing him out?
Oh, without doubt. You've got to, I think as a game plan coming in, South Africa, if they're smart, they'll just try and knock him around, just take him for 30 or 40 off his 10 overs if they can. Don't give him any wickets, don't let him get into the game by picking up early wickets, and then try and be very aggressive against the other bowlers in the Afghanistan lineup.
Let's just show you Afghanistan's playing 11 now, and remember that the last match, of course, they haven't won a single game in the World Cup so far. This is your playing 11, haven't made any changes, and really Rashid Khan is the one who's sticking out, because there is no Mohammad Shahzad now, top the order.
Yeah, I think what Afghanistan need now is just some stability. There's been a lot of distraction going on off the field with Shahzad's issues, you know. Obviously the concussion to Rashid Khan. They just need to just bunker down, focus as a team, focus on what they need to do on the field rather than all the external distraction that's going on. It's not easy to do because it's a big tournament, there's big names involved, and but it's really important now that they're focusing on the cricket. So they don't need too many changes in that team, they just need to settle on a lineup, show some faith in it, and then go out there and play their best cricket.
How does it work? Because the entire Shahzad issue, board is saying this, Shahzad is saying something else.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the team is there quiet, seeing it all play out. Does it impact you in some way or the other? Because conversation, I'm sure, are happening in close quarters.
Yeah, it's frustrating, I think, for everyone. We don't even know what the full story is. So they've got a choice. They can just say nothing at all and just try and get on with the cricket, or they can come out and they can say, okay, this is exactly what's happened. They've made the decision. From Shahzad's point of view, yes, he's obviously really disappointed. He wants to be there playing in the World Cup, and you can understand that. Yeah. But the decision's been made. He's out of the World Cup now. If he keeps making all these displeasures known, he's just going to be putting more pressure and more distraction around the team. Yeah. He probably needs to just now to accept it, move on, and then try and support the team rather than trying to air his frustrations in public. Absolutely.
Albie, final comment now. Prediction for you for this one, is South Africa picking up their first win of the World Cup?
Surely it's time for South Africa to win a game, so I'm definitely backing them tomorrow. I quickly look at the weather. The weather looks like it's going to rain in the morning and clear in the afternoon, so we should have a game, and hopefully South Africa can get their first 2 pointers.
Absolutely. Albie, thanks so much for that. Of course, possibility of rain, keeping that in mind, you might have a smaller game. Yep. Who are you going with?
Well, that probably brings Afghanistan into the game a bit more, the shorter game. But I think South Africa, that they should win, and they should win well. I'm just a bit concerned about the Afghanistan's batting side of things. And South Africa have got a good attack. They'll be wanting to come here and really win, come to Cardiff, and win really well, just to get their confidence back up. So I'm backing South Africa to win comfortably.
Michael Hussey, Albie Morkel, thank you so much for joining us on ESPN Cricinfo Match Day UK 2019 as we were building up to match number 21, South Africa taking on Afghanistan.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.